No, there again for another class in the day we are calling one year class. For everyone in the public, people in the public need to know this. A conversation we may have a while ago with one of the hygiene them spark some interest. You see, me, I feel like say the public would have want to know more about. We've been talk about the birth certificate and the certificate of live birth, and it boil down to the jurisdiction of people are under till we end up at talk about the recent incident of Abantu Zulu being detained or kidnapped by members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, and while in front of the judge, I was misidentified as a person, a Mr. to be um ideal what we're talking about. So the judge actually said Mr. Abantu Zulu, and Mr. would have put me under the jurisdiction of the birth certificate person, which I am not a person. So right now they are show the one say, yo, the certificate of live birth different from the birth certificate, which he had no idea about. You see it? So while the certificate of live birth shows that you are medically alive, and while something shows that you are medically alive, which is the certificate of live birth, the birth certificate on the other hand does not show you that you are medically alive. It is an official record declaring your place of birth. Some people are not born in hospital. You see me? And them don't have these type of records. Some people like Jesus, who you hear so born in a manger, and people born on a farm and all them sitting there. So it go further. So the ones that ask me how I identify myself, I'm going to show them say, yo, me is a galactic emissary, aka a diplomat of the planet known as Earth. Him laugh. You see, pray. The planet known as Earth. It sounds like some drama thing. Me I show the ones on one so actually declare the whole of them thing and it did serve as identity, update to my identity as in who I am really and truly. So the misclarification or classification that I was the statutory subject, or should I say a vessel, a ship, whatever them classify citizens to be, really and truly. Actually, I show the one so we are living, man, and we don't declare that on it. Then at the Island Record Office, it depends on the court record and one certain things go on. So it boil back to one document where we draft up and did have as defense to the whole incident that it take place. You don't really want to go through the whole of that. But the document really talk about the affidavit of status will establish the identity of who I am and how the affidavit was treated. You see, pray. In the first half, them try go around it till them take my name. That is the presumed name half of it. And concluded for go forward with it, not knowing that the name is held in trust, which is Abantu Zulu. So them actually charge Abantu Zulu and then want in a dealings with the government name, and it don't really work. So you see, pray. So declaring who I am really and truly, it was actually fun. It is actually a big joke thing. You see it, reading through all of them documents. Yeah. So Abantu Zulu as a cacique, which is a chief of a Taino-based unincorporated association, which means I am not incorporated with no farmer association with the state. Therefore, I do not operate in the capacity of any privilege that is granted by the state. So I hereby make this direct declaration to all parties regarding the unlawful detention or kidnapping and the ongoing violation of the rights that are listed in the Constitution of Jamaica. As a holder of a certificate of live birth that proves that I am medically alive, I am not subjected to the STUKV Act. I should not be damaged by anything that is under that act. So, first thing we are talking about, the name Abantu Zulu and the physical image is characteristics, and every single thing is copyrighted and trademarked and are held in trust, registered with the post office prior to this incident. And you know, the post office make the trust upon the federal level, and that supersedes whatever jurisdiction these people are operating under. You see, pray. So the second thing we are talking about is the affidavit of status in the form of a self-executing contract. And that literally means me a execute a contract based on truth. And we know truth stands in commerce. You see it as the judgment. Truth is the main judgment in any form of commerce or business idea where take place. So the affidavit is self-executing contract that operates under the following legal maxims. So you talk about things that set the law. The burden of proof lies upon him who affirms, not him who denies. He who affirms similar to admit. Admit is like when you confess all of your wrongs, the man tell the truth. You see, pray. Another one I say silence give consent. So if we admit the truth to somebody and them not respond and say, yo, you know say a lie I tell. It come like a truth we attack. You see, pray. The legal effect to this self-executing contract is that any party who fails to rebut this affidavit within the prescribed time has legally admitted all facts contained therein as truth and is stopped from later denial. So if you don't admit, say, yo, this a truth within a certain period of time, you know, say later on you can't come say nothing because truth is presented in the form of an affidavit. You see, pray. So, legal effect of copyright and trademark registration. Unauthorized use of the name, image, or likeness constitute intellectual property violation. Basically, if them use the name Abantu Zulu, it is regardless of who use it. If we never give them express consent of that, it is copyright and intellectual property. So the court also use the name. You see, pray, you know, say a violation to my rights. The jail also use the name, violation to my rights. Anybody who have a records of the name Abantu Zulu is a violator to my intellectual property. So, what we are showing the ones them say, commercial exploitation through court proceedings without permission violates trademark rights. You see, pray. So them use the image plus them use the physical body that is connected to the trademark. I know say the trademark is my physical features plus my voice plus the DNA what we secure also my blood sample. Them not try ramp with that still. Them not ramp with no fingerprint or nothing like that. So post office registration, as we mentioned earlier, provides federal level protection predating all court proceedings. Trust structures protects against unauthorized legal or commercial use. So nobody not supposed to, as them saying that the diplomatic immunities and privileges rights of Jamaica in order to get back your trust money. When I talk about the trust money right now, but people interested in that, we have classes. You know, I am not a financial advisor. I do not offer financial advice or legal advice whatsoever. And bear that in mind that I'm a disclaimer. It should have pinned on the screen right now. I do not offer legal or financial advice. You see, pray. So the post office, as I tell you now, it stands as the place where everything is registered to. Every corporation is registered to the first post office. We started from them long time there. You see, pray and that the maritime waters run through to make themselves validated to operate upon the land. So the first place of registry was the post office. Or the first place of record keeping is still the post office. My status is established and recorded, and I operate under natural law as a galactic emissary, not as a statutory person subjected to Jamaican jurisdiction. So basically, the Jamaican waters what they talk about, I am not subjected to the Jamaican waters. Under duress and the threat of continued jail time in inhumane conditions, I was forced, you see me, to appear in front of the judge. And them force me again for accept some terms and conditions that I was never in the intent of accepting. Anyways, all contract be none and void because any agreement, bond, or legal obligation obtained through duress, coercion, or threat of continued unlawful imprisonment is voidable at law. That means that all of that is none and void. If them force you to do something and you never agree, and your agreement can come in a different form, The main format is silence mean consent. If the police accuse you of breaking a act or violating one of them acts, them can charge you. Them can do anything at all. Only if you consent. How your consent go about? When you present your ID, you automatically consent. Because all state subjects are subjected to the law or the legal proceedings we stand upon the waters of Jamaica, the maritime waters of Jamaica. So basically, a couple things well there for talk about in this piece of document. I say it was well written. You see me, the court recognition of the fee schedule, because attached to the declaration, if you don't want to see the declaration, you can say declaration. You see, we show how the declaration thing work out. So court recognition of my fee schedule. Remember, say the fee schedule is what them use for ban me out. Not just the fee schedule, but the affidavit to which the fee schedule is attached is what them use for ban me out. And that them use to establish my identity as in who I am. Because I don't have a driver's license, I don't have an ID, I don't have anything linking me to the government of Jamaica. All government issued documentation are scheduled for surrender and correction for currently reflect the status as in who I am. You see, pray. So this judicial acceptance constitute legal recognition of my alternate status system, acknowledgement of the remedy framework as a valid legal instrument, admission that I operate outside standard statutory classification, precedence for my right to set term of engagement with the system. So all of that was brought forth in the affidavit of status. So I show people say, yo, it's important to get your certificate of live birth, because a certificate of live birth gives you the opportunity to cut a contract at any given time. Once you have it in your position, you can opt out at any given time because you are the holder. As long as you know how to play the game, you can go play the game. But we are trying to get out of the game because from a born, there has been a game playing, and we just have find out about the game when people don't benefit and reach off of the game long time. Them just say we can play the game too. So why continue? Well, we know the rules of the game and we can have the right to start to own a game. Why not play own a game? We own ourselves. Anyways, this is intellectual property violation in court use. Unauthorized use of the copyright and trademark names and identities in legal proceedings without permission of the rights holder constitutes commercial exploitation and intellectual property violation. Basically, intellectual property law principles, and it's not me making up anything. This is the codes them where the courthouse them operate under. So the court's continued use of my copyright and trademark identity without permission violates copyright protection registered with the post office prior to the incident. Trademark right is my name and likeness. Business name, whatever name them want to call it, it is not theirs. It is not the government name. It is my name. It has no contract with whatever courthouse or whatever government that set out them rules. Mafia, big up yourself, you know. Oh, that ally, big up yourself. Culture chats, manners. So, no rebuttal filed legal admission. To date, no party has filed a sworn rebuttal to my affidavit of status within the prescribed time thereby. And it says, he who is silent appears to consent. So silent means consent basically. The thing speaks for itself. That means the affidavit speaks for itself. Legally admitting all facts in the affidavit as established truth. Waiving any right to claim contrary jurisdiction. Confirming the unlawful nature of all proceedings. Estoppel from future denial of my established status. Established status. We are going to go through the established status looking from now. But we just make you know. Legal standards say an unrebutted affidavit stand as truth in commerce and law. Not only in commerce, in a law also. You see it? Alright, D. When a court accepts a document as a means of identity for legal proceedings, it thereby recognizes the validity and legal standing of that document and the system it represents, and that is a civil procedure principle. So a court can't just accept one part of the document and not accept another part of the document. So my fee schedule remains in full effect and continues to occur for all ongoing violations. You see what I go on? You see what we are talking about when we talk about the fee schedule. How you set up yourself to protect the system from yourself. And this is a ball game where people need to play. People need to know how them things are really work. And that is why you have people like Abantu Zulu and other great ones out there where push this information so the masses can know, say, yo, we actually have rights. We actually have rights. You see me? Somehow people probably not see it. People probably not understand it. People probably, they know a different part of the world. You see, but we actually have rights. So the recording rights, because remember the incident, the whole incident started with we recording. The police officer said, yo, we could record. A lot of people took out their phone at that moment and started to record because they realized that there were cameras on the building recording other people. So what gives them the right if the law says equality and equity, which means fairness? What gives them the right to record and we the right, not the wrong, which should I say, not to record? Them can do it, but we can't do it. Not no go so. You see, we all have a right. And look at this. The entire matter started because the officer said we are unable to record evidence of justice being denied in a courtyard. And for all who don't know, a courtyard is the same place that justice is being served. And if there is justice being served, that means there are servants serving justice to who? The people. Is justice being served? I'm asking everyone in the comment. In Jamaica right now, do you think justice is being served? Reaction. Give me some response on this one. Is either a yes or no question. In Jamaica, do you think justice is being served? I'm asking the 33 people that is watching the live right now. Blaze say no. Damian say no. I definitely agree with you both. First of all, people now get a fair hearing. What is the right to a fair hearing? Establishing proper jurisdiction before disciplinary measures can be made to innocent people, because the law says innocent until proven guilty. What does it mean? What does that mean anything to anyone at all? Innocent until proven guilty. You have a lot of people that has not been proven guilty, yet still they are living worse than people that is on death row at some institution, spending sentences where them already get found guilty. Believe me. You have some innocent youth in a jailhouse where man even piss on the wall. Me see man behind the bars that only piss on a wall. Piss, the man go piss on a wall. Piss, the man go piss. And it's not a big pretty wall the man go piss on. The man go piss on one of them wall because piss a wall him. And him could piss up himself. So take out the thing and piss over there so that the big man go blood clot do. And he got arrested and got behind the bars. When we heard his story, it was like real fuck up. Believe me. So everyone has the right to freedom of thought. You can think whatever you want to think. Also, conscience. You can feel how you want to feel. You can also believe what you want to believe. You can also observe whatever political doctrines you so feel. You see me? And the freedom of expression, including freedom of the press and other media. Freedom of speech, which we say free, not dumb, but just for reading sake. You see, and academic, free, not dumb. And the right to receive and impart information and ideas without interference, interfering with me. So when the police hear we telling the empress, say, yo, you have a right for video. him can't tell us enough video. We all have a right to video. That is me sharing information, and I got interfered. I got actually detained for nothing at all. As a foreign national on the land, you see me, a man standing on the land. You see me? The system is a fraud. But look what I go on now. Escalation from the constitutional violation. The officer denied my right to record and also other people's right to record. Box my phone out of my hand, which is physical assault, which occurred when I attempted to record. So retaliatory arrest followed to cover up the assault. So them locking up me, it looked like say you and me did actually do something wrong when them do something wrong. So false charges filed to justify unlawful arrest. Over a month, I have been kidnapped by the Jamaica Constabulary Force because they misclassified me as being a person. The affidavit of status they will clearly justify who I am. And I think I shall just make one and see what we are talking about. The word person does not include I. It includes any corporation, either aggregate or sole, any club, society, association, or other body. The Interpretation Act of Jamaica said that in a section 3. You see, pre. So as a seek of a Taino base unincorporated association and foreign national, I do not fall within the statutory definition of being a person. Also, the Town and Communities Act has no jurisdiction over my status, and I will explain that to you people keenly. All proceedings were conducted without lawful authority because in order for proceedings to take place, guess what? Jurisdiction must be established. Jurisdiction was not properly established even when I had the documentation to properly establish who I am and what I was about. So indigenous peoples have the right, that means living man and woman have the right to self-determination. By virtue of that right, they freely determine their political status. And that means I wish palm stand up on the blood clot land, not in the water. Indigenous people have the right to determine their own identity or membership in accordance with their customs and traditions. And them thing you know will govern me. Them thing you will govern the corporation. Them thing you will govern the courthouse them. You see me, nobody feel like a me make up nothing where I talk about govern me. A God law alone govern we as living people. If you know over some you can drop someone in the comments said we make the interaction rate go up. Give thanks to the gift them said we. All who have the gift them for send the gift them. All who now follow my platform and follow the platform and could go up in the algorithm said we. Because you know the message we are push out right now is vital. A lot of people get charged for some things where make no sense. As me tell you, some man piss on a wall and police lock him up for days. The man could have dead behind the bars. That's how him come across people and not violate people. So, the demands we're supposed to make from the system is dismissing all charges. You see, pray? All charges without prejudice. No jurisdiction exists. That's the one thing we are talking about. There is no jurisdiction to establish that I, Abantu Zulu, is within the capacity of operating as a public servant or as a public vessel. You see me? Termination of all bail condition or bond condition imposed without authority. Cessation of force reporting requirements. Voiding of the whatever money where them tell we say for pay as ransom under the rest. Expungement of all records from jurisdictionally defective proceedings. Cessation of unauthorized use of the name. What them done did I use? Compensation for all violation. What done did take place already. You see, pre. Acknowledgement of the post office registration. Because the only time we register is with the post office and who register it to. We sell. You see, pre. Respect for the trust protection because the courthouse is operating in trust and I did not violate the trust within the court. At all time, I express trust in the honorable court and in the honorable judge. You see, pray. So distribution of my status declaration to Yale police station and court facilities. So them supposed to have the declaration there, issue it to everybody so them can get assisted for don't fuck up next time. Compensation to avoid future claims. Them have to deal with the good because the declaration we are talking about is not a normal piece of declaration. You see, pray. So to avoid extensive future claim and constitutional litigation, I demand prompt resolution and compensation for constitutional violation serves both justice and judicial economy by avoiding protracted litigation. And that is a constitutional law principle. Immediate compensation according to my established fee schedule, and that might be too much because the fee gone over 2 billion Jamaican dollars already, in league with the Jamaican budget. So, formally apology for the unlawful detention and cohesive treatment. Guarantee of no future harassment or unlawful prosecution. Implementation of policies protecting constitutional recording rights. Creation of do not stop and do not detain lists just to ensure the protocols are in place to prevent future violations, and that is what we're standing on right now. So the fee schedule we are talking about, I'm going to show you a little bit of what the fee schedule look like. Who are the support, who are reach 10,000 likes on the live, the one that who are get to 50,000 likes on the live. So ones and ones you know, so you're supposed to tap the screen and you just press it up so other people can know so they out here without fear. You see, pray. So the fee schedule we mentioned a while ago, ongoing cohesive bail condition, forced reporting requirements, continued assertion of unlawful jurisdiction, failure to dismiss charges lacking legal foundation, unauthorized use of copyright and trademark name and identity, intellectual property violation through court proceedings. So a lot of people been violating rights. So future civil actions, future failure to come to promptly resolve this matter will result in you suing the court, or you suing everybody that is involved in the matter. Constitutional type claims can be made against individual officers and officials that we are talking about. International human rights complaints regarding indigenous rights violation. Intellectual property litigation for unauthorized use of copyright and trademark identity, federal trademark violation under postal registration system, damages claims for the full extent of unlawful detention and ongoing harassment. So the legal foundation for immediate resolution boil down to the first one is jurisdictional defects. A court cannot proceed with any matter where it lacks fundamental jurisdiction over a person or subject matter. You see, pray. Foundational legal principle. That is a must in order to proceed with any matter, any court at all. When constitutional rights are violated, prompt remedy is not only preferred but constitutionally required. You see me? So the remedy what we are talking about is a fair hearing, first of all. First thing we want for this, make sure so we get a fair hearing. Make sure so people actually listen to it. People actually react to whatever we are motion the court for do. You see, pray. So the indigenous protection says a state shall provide, and the state mean the state of Jamaica, shall provide effective mechanism for prevention of and redress for any action which has aim or effect of depriving indigenous people of their integrity and distinct peoples of their cultural values or ethnic identities. My apologies on that word. You see, pray. So intellectual property protection, and this attack about trust rights. The federal postal registration of a copyright and trademark provides prima facie evidence of ownership and priority of rights in the name, image, and identity of Abantu Zulu. So who is to make claim over someone that has already been claimed for? I'm already registered to my own trust. Unauthorized commercial use of registered trademarks and copyright materials including use in legal proceedings without consent, constitute actionable infringement. And we are talking about trademark and copyright law. So service, we just make them know how we're supposed to serve this letter to anybody at all. We're supposed to get the service. You see me? A proper service method. This notice shall be served. Certified mail. We should send a certified mail to all parties involved. And delivery with a signed receipt acknowledgement. So anybody where you make sure say you deliver it to, I remember a notice to an agent is also a notice to a principal. And ones must have these maxims inserted each time you're doing a documentation. Also, you can make publication in the Gleaner legal notices section for 3 consecutive days. So 3 consecutive days would be this Monday, the other Monday, and the other Monday. You see it? Are 3 days following each other. You know the ball game go. So B, legal effect of service. The maxims, them are where I talk, but I'm not really good at the Latin. You see it? Ignorance of the law is no excuse. Is excuse to no one. Regardless who you is, a judge, a lawyer, a politician, a policeman, whoever you call yourself in the system. Ignorance of the law is no excuse. So the time limit for rebuttal. The laws assist the vigilant, not the sleeping. So if you don't realize that the law actually exists and how the law work, you will be knocked. You see, pray. Failure to respond within 30 days constitute legal admission of all facts stated therein. So if we send you this declaration and you don't respond within a certain time frame, you know how that go. So this matter, what we're talking about, any matter, it can be used within, originated from a simple violation. You see it, every single thing that is a violation within an act, like them say you violated the road traffic act, that is not a real violation. You see, pray. And them thing they can get looked through. That's a ticketable offense. You suppose you can get a ticket for that and you kick off, gone about your business. So the declaration we are talking about, you know, proof of existence within the form of a declaration. We're going to show how it starts from. Let me see if I can pull the thing right here. So the Island Records Office. The stamp duty, first of all, serves as payment. The dues has been paid. You see, pray. So Zulu Abantu or Abantu Zulu, and it is an update to the government name that is listed on that side. You see, pray. So you updating the record of your government name. And them say the return of the original deed which was made to me, this receipt must be produced by any person requiring the return under Section 32 of the Records Act of any deed or writing received for registration and in case it has been lost or mislaid, the person authorized to require the return must give a receipt form for such deed in blah 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 margin. But basically this is just proof to say it has been received. So this say this are the people's court of America. This is my nation, my tribe we stand up under. And this is yours truly, Abantu Zulu. And this is a declaration of status or a affidavit of status of who Abantu Zulu really is. And in the start we just talk about the maxims. The maxims are very important. In the start of it, we say this statement and assertion of truth or affidavit is made under the agreement with the following international accepted maxims and principles of law. So the first one I say, notice to principal is notice to agent, and notice to agent is a notice to a principal. And the ball game start from right there, so the one that kind of upside in down. Let's see if we can rotate it. A workman is worthy of his hire, and this go back, link right back to the fee schedule we been talking about earlier. You see, pray. All are equal under the law. That means that nobody no more than nobody when it comes to the law. In commerce, truth is sovereign. Truth. What is truth? Guess what? Truth is expressed in the form of an affidavit. And an unrebutted affidavit stands as truth in commerce. You hear that? An unrebutted affidavit becomes a judgment in commerce. All matters must be expressed to be resolved. So you must talk about something if you want it to be resolved. You can't just have it in your mind and expect say your problem will just disappear. Just like that. No, I don't say it work. Really and truly, as much as you would have wanted for work, so I don't say it work. The one here again. He who leaves the battlefield first loses by default. How that really go? What is unlawful ought not to be entered under the pretext of legality. So all of the system are doing, that is not lawful, but yet still them presume it. That's why them say the pretext, not the text itself, the pretext of legality. So sacrifice is the measure of credibility. No willingness to sacrifice equal no responsibility, no authority, or no measure of conviction. So if the system is not willing to sacrifice, that means something is wrong with them. Okay? So a contract is law between the parties which can acquire force. What? Wait. You see the bargain we are talking about? So a lien or claim can be satisfied only through an affidavit. You see that? By a point for point rebuttal resolution by jury or payment. So if I should send this affidavit to you or your agency, you must rebut it point by point. Not just one part I say, yo, this is not true. And done this. So no. You must make a point by point rebuttal in the form FN affidavit. So your truth must supersede the truth that we are talking about right here. So guess what? A lien or claim can be satisfied only through an affidavit by a point for point rebuttal, resolution by jury, or by payment. The favorite one right here is payment because the system has a lot of money to pay out to people like we. However, them just recirculate it and surface it back to themselves. We say, them recycle. You see, pray. So rights and fraud never abide together. Love and hate will never be friends. So in your affidavit, one of the first things you have to do is declare who you are. Really and truly. Where you come from. So the malicious of this design of man must be thwarted, and he who does not deny accepts. So if me tell you the truth and you say, yo, a lie I tell you, I basically accept it. So this is a self-executing contract, and this affidavit or assertion of life is given to all in order to establish, signify, proclaim, and verify the status of the living being making the statement and assertion of truth. So basically, what we're telling these people is this is how we establish the status of who I am. The status belongs to the jurisdiction. So, you see the presumption we are talking about. Give thanks to the gift them now. I was saying so much gift. Enough respect. Sound X. Big up yourself, Sound X. So, this is also to eliminate, deny any and all presumption by any and all fictitious corporate or private entities. Because we don't want them to have no fuckery in them brain and feel like, say, they presume or not presume me to be one of, like, a corporate entity or a private, one of them fictitious thing there. Basically, I make you know who he is without standing up on the land. That means that you're there in the water, in the commercial water, there, not on the land. Anyways, this agreement, unless the context otherwise requires, headings are for convenience only and do not affect the interpretation of this agreement. The singular include the plural and vice versa. We say an oath, and we, when we're talking about we right here, so we're talking about the soul. What is the soul? Who is the soul? People talk about soul connection, soul ties, people sell them soul, but what is the soul? We are a vibrational awareness. We are a vibrational energy. We are being external. We exist in multiple dimensions simultaneously and inside and outside of time, as is known in the third dimension realm within right now. Who did know that? In all dimensions, we have no name, nor need for a name. We are an aspect of the creation of the all that is, the supreme consciousness, also known as the collective consciousness. Allah, Yahweh, Source, and our God Almighty, herein referred to as the Creator. You see, pray. So the Creator of which we are of the Creator. The Creator is the universe. One if you know over so we are saying. This is only page 6 out of page 76, you know. You see, pray. So for rebut this is they have to rebut every single thing what we're talking about this. You know, this thing. When we go further down in the night and make you see what we really are dealing now. You see, pray. We Abantu Zulu in our own inherit universal and sovereignty, and this is sovereignty, and through the living being, which is the government name of my father last name, unless we give our specific private conscious, fully aware, fully informed, nothing hidden consent without coercion to each individual, act as a result of the full disclosure of every possible effect or outcome of such use with nothing hidden. So basically we make them know say no deception employ do not consent to the buying, selling, owning, and or trading or the monetization or collateralization of our soul energy. You see that? The soul energy is manifested through my physical energy we're seeing right now. So we do not consent to any business where take place with that. And are our unique living body and are our DNA for the purpose of buying, selling, owning, and are controlling and are profit or personal gain in any way or by any stock exchange like the Jamaica Stock Exchange, their financial institution, corporation, governments, the religions, the religious organization, groups, organization, astral entity, and our galactic being anywhere in any universe, dimension, astral level world, or any other world under any or every terminology, language, contract that is being and has been used to control and manipulate our personal energy and living being, especially if that act be demeaning, degrading, or negatively affecting our living being as it is determined by our living being. So anything what we say as determined by our living being, basically I say we determine our terms and condition of doing any form of activities with anyone at all. So further down in this, because we're not going to read through everything, you know, I don't have the whole day. You know, I have to come to my private class with that, and you have classes where they in my Patreon and ones can check into. It's kind of long, but them thing are the whole of the corporation, them we have to rebut and put on notice, said we. You see, pray. We deal to own a flag, we own a driver's license, no driver's license, we own a license plate. We own a plate for sure, say we have a thing established, our vehicle and our automobile can be identified with. So when you see we are roll through the flag in front of the limousine, and this step on the plate, you know, see a Zulu and the diplomatic motion, them are roll through, right? So further in this affidavit, you know, because we have some schedules, or should I say annexure A, B, C, and D that is being attached to this same documentation right here. So you see, pray. So right, they say you have to make sure so you have witnesses. Witness them must sign it, and you need to get it validated by both sides. You know, say the JP them act as a mediator between life and death. That means between the land and between the water. JP them act as a bridge. This is proof of recording facts. You see, pray. So right here, so you have a copyright for the name. A copyright of the name in full capital letter. That is your government name. Right here says Annexure B. Annexure B is a declaration and statement of truth in the form of an affidavit. You see, pray. And this affidavit basically is stating some key facts. You see, pray. Abantu Zulu, I am the I am. I am me. And that is how the ball game really play. I was born on the land known as Jamaica. I also am a national of Jamaica. And we call Jamaica Earth. Jamaica is a part of Earth. And the such and such day, I was born and such and such. So this is basically a supporting affidavit to the main affidavit. You see, pray? If nobody's aware, so you can drop someone, give me some interaction, said we. So we make them know, say, I was never lost at sea. This part is a key one. I have never been, ever. I have not ever been lost at sea or in the sea, in the commercial waters or not like that. When you see how the ball game play. And we have to make sure say we put a fingerprint, you know, Abantu Zulu as a living soul said we, and this as the physical body. The red one are for the physical body, the purple one are for the living soul. You put your foot on it. My general will say you put your foot on it. So they know what is what. So further down the line right now we have the physical images. Because you have to secure your images of who you is, you know. And we do it like a mug shot. You see, pray. So this, you know, we are talking about is the fee schedule. We just have to show you one piece side because you know the ball game play. So, say for instance, detention in a police cell. The rate of the sum of $3 million per calendar day. So every day when them lock me up constitute of 3 million Jamaican dollars. You see me? Forced or summoned appearance at unlawful court magistrate, which is the duress and cohesion we are talking about. Them lock me up and drag me in the courtroom. That is $10 million per day. You see the prayer, you know, interest and them things that occur when all of them sitting here. So you must set the ball game how you have to set your ball game. It now go directly set like how my thing set up. And you have to put it on the island record office. So you have to make the system know what you about, what you're dealing in, and what you intend to do in case push for come to shove and the things start transpire. So if you don't learn nothing out of none of that people, you can drop someone, give you some signal. Hold on there. Give me one little second there. Or some signal. Signal up the thing, my people. When I say active, we active. Kind of signal we getting. 9.3, make we reach 10,000 likes on the live and families. Tap it up for me there. Tap on the screen, my gods and goddesses. You don't see a fire with the out here spitting idea. Fire, we spitting fire today. And we literally show people where we get the substance from. It is never made up. We have never made anything up. We've been telling about the public records. That is how we make the record public. So we are make the people know. Just to make the record clear. Just to clarify every single thing what transpire. We have to make them know. If we don't make them know what go on, the presumption is going to continue. And the presumption is that you are a corporate fiction. So you must update the public. And it's hard in order to make the public know what go on, you have to make the decision in the private first. So before people know you did know though. Before you go tell everybody out the road your business, you did done have your business lock already. You did don't know what you about, you did don't know where you are dealing at. Yes, you did. You don't know where I deal with before you make everybody know about your business, my family. So, what do you want them learn to the outer women, did I say? Anyone at all can tell me so want to learn something. Why even a little sitting said there. All you put talk about, you know. And sometimes I know say we push out the knowledge, but nobody know hear what I say. Nobody no understand what I say. So I clarify the road. Anybody where did there for a little while and I listen we hear me talk about nothing wrong and say, yo, I learn that today. And I get a better understanding of that. I nah say I never did know because I know all the thing. You have some people who know everything. Unlike me when I know nothing at all. But still they are trying to know. Still they are trying to know. And a great knower is a great learner, you know, basically. And a great learner is a great leader and a great listener. You see, pray. I remember say we have the classes them available. If nobody want to get them documentation done and know how to go about it, you can check in anyway. If you don't have no court case, I go on. Remember, I'm not a lawyer. I do not offer legal advice. But you still can link with make a reason out some things. You see me? Book a consultation and get the thing right. Black Magic, what go on?
Big up yourself, my G, enough respect.
Manners.
Alright, so my join late, but what me learn from everything we have put forward is that each person have the right to make themselves sovereign.
That is
And
it.
there is a responsibility from the government to recognize and respect that sovereignty. My
Accurately.
my question is though, how likely, and based on your experience, seeing as you just come off a 1 month detention, a
Yeah.
completely illegal detention, how likely is it, and from your experience, do you think the government is respecting this sovereignty?
Alright, my brother. I think the government has a duty to respect the sovereignty. However, most people are being misclassified as not being the sovereign entity. They are being presumed as the state entity. That means them get
Right.
presumed to be the government name instead of being the natural man or woman that they are.
State property, not the free man, not the
Yeah,
sovereign man.
basically.
Yeah.
So that
So,
are the misclarification or classification where transpire
but
90% of the time.
do you think that is the result of ignorance on the part of the public officers, or is it a inherent position from the government whereby they simply
Alright.
do
You see the
not
government,
respect
my
the
brother.
people's sovereignty?
You see the government is not the people that make the decision.
We know that.
Yeah. So you have who the behind of the government. And them we really have to look at.
We know that.
You see me? You have the executive, the judiciative, and the legislative.
Yeah.
Whoever are beyond those bounds have direct connection to whoever is really in charge. And that's the problem really there.
We know that, and that's really where may I get to, because most of us, if you stop the average Jamaican now and suggest to them that the government is not in charge, them are gonna find it funny. Them
Yeah,
can't see.
but you see what me I talk about is not a thing with the average Jamaica into. I'm not going to say it is not for the average Jamaica, but the average Jamaica is not in tune to whatever we are dealing with right here. So
Me know that. Me know that.
yeah, so
But but
ignorance of the law is no excuse.
however, however, the public officers, their ignorance will have an impact on everyone who decides to step into their sovereignty.
Ah, and that's why it boils down to asserting and affirming your identity of who you are. So the question we asked earlier, you said, but just a come from over a month in a detention. How me feel about it? I think the justice system needs some fixing. But I'm
It,
not going to say
it,
the
it,
law
need,
doesn't work. Because the
it
same thing
need a
when I
complete
talk about,
overhaul.
repeat,
The justice system need a complete overhaul.
well, you can call it that, my father, if you want to call it that. But I'm not going to say a complete overall. Because the foundational principles are already there. I just whoever is serving over there in the shop, we are serve justice. Them need somebody to oversee them at all times to ensure that justice is being served. That me feel like I really it, you see me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um. Me that go a little bit further. Me think I don't think it's supervision so much more like sensitizing and educating. I think the people them operate from ignorance for the most part, and they definitely need
You see why I
re-educating.
would have said that, my brother? You see, even when you appear in front of the courts where justice is supposed to get served to you, you
Mhm.
have misapplication of the law, misapplications of statutes, misapplications of codes, and
Yeah,
misapplications of acts. So if
yeah,
there was someone that is really overseeing the activities where take place in the judiciary bounds, then most of this problem would happen.
yeah.
You see me, I don't see me did I say.
Um, so one valid question though, I'ma just say extra drop it in the comment. If a person is sovereign, why are they subject to these laws or to this legal framework?
Alright, a sovereign man is not subjected to no statutory legal framework unless them consent to it.
Yeah,
Consent is what makes law.
yeah,
So if you don't agree to it and the agreement can be made, you being silent, it means your consent. I'm just
yeah.
that explain earlier.
Yeah, man, you
See me?
explain that. My giant
So
just about when
living
you
man and woman
explain that.
that is being assumed. The first thing when you pull up in a court, them I say, Mr. Black Magic, state your name for the records. And then
Hmm.
you say, yes, I am Mr. Black Magic. That basically are the government name them I talk about, not your true identity.
Yeah.
You see me? So I want ball game my father. But it is interesting. I'm like play it because the court is always a place where I say I want to spend time, Not the courts. Either way.
Me think you fit. Me think you really, really fit. Me think me and you gotta have some really serious conversations off here about this. And me think it's a valid thing. But me that say continue. Me think you really, really fit. And
Yeah.
me think whenever somebody ablaze a trail, they're gonna come up against a whole heap of unnecessary stress.
It a
So
go
this is
on,
just
man, my
part and
father.
parcel of the journey.
It a go on.
As long as you up to the task, trust me, you're good.
Yeah.
Greetings, Bantu. How are you?
But there, man, my
Greetings,
father.
greetings.
Yeah. I mean, um, when we did want for sure, you say, is this because I totally get where you're dealing with this. But whether you claim a nationality or not, once you know the maritime laws, you're completely free. You know what I mean? In America, we use that all the time for, do a lot of stuff. And we know it work in Jamaica too because of the same magic. The same magicians are work the same magic. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So when we are dealing with the science, we have to do with court and all of these magistrate and magicians. I think, just me personally, I just think knowing your defense as the absolute human will be more greater to the force because that would accepted on a universal level other than going to show them papers. You know what I mean? Because I could just declare to be sovereign in any court. But because I have the information to back it up via the land, air, and water ruling, you know what I mean? So I don't know if you teach that kind of thing too.
No, me not fully over say I say to my father. You say you don't need to declare who you are in the world of the papal bull.
Yeah, because remember, if you have the information, which means that I am a human being, which means I am the man. I'm not John Brown. So once I establish that and I don't step in the water, I am not under the jurisdiction of the magician in the magistrate. You know what I mean? So I'm saying the average
So what you say, my father,
understand this.
me hear about whatever you say, but it has not been practically demonstrated successfully. Jurisdiction and
So what
identity
you
are
are
two
doing,
things. Hold on, now, listen to me now, my brother, come listen a while ago. Jurisdiction and identity is two things that must be established. If it is not properly established, it will be implied or presumed. So first of all, before the court accepted the declaration that is made at the Island Record Office, they presumed and accused me of being an alien. You know, an alien literally is a lien being put on a physical vessel where them a try put for me.
facts.
You see, pray. So if without the affidavit in this case, would have never come out. Because I not have no government
Okay,
ID, I not have no government TRN, I not have no government passport, I not have nothing from the system. This is my own mean of establishing who I am. And I
of
made it
transporting.
on the public record,
Okay,
and I also have the private record for back it up, for support it. So that
okay.
give me full
So my thing
dominion
is this
over
though.
my personal properties, which is my physical body is the first personal property that was gifted to my soul. Where I speak to you right now.
Perfect. My thing is this. So when you go to court in Jamaica and you present these documentations, like the judges and all those people that are trying to, get you, because they're trying to build your trust. Because you were born as a billionaire. You have unlimited amount of money attached to you. And they know this. So that's why they try to, arrest you and do stuff like that. So my thing is this. When you go there and you establish that, what are the reaction of the judges, considering that you go through the process?
The judge will never accept truth on a public record as how you are expect me to respond to you. You see me? So the response
Yeah.
when I get was indirect acknowledgement of every single thing. It was not direct.
Okay, so me totally get it then. So
Remember,
when
so
you
the
go
judge
there,
not exist in a real life, The judge is acting in a capacity. The judge is a living man or a living woman acting in the capacity of
the crown,
basically, as a
yeah, because them say
representative
you
or
versus
somebody
the crown.
linked.
Yeah,
Is not the prosecutor. The judge is not the crown. The judge is basically the administrator acting independently in this matter.
Officer of the
okay,
court.
yeah. So my thing is this. So when you go there and you establish, you declare who you are as the human being and
Not
stuff
as
like
a
that.
human being, my father, as a living man. Regular people are human being.
Okay. So as a
Human
living
is a
man,
kind of man, said we. Yeah.
yeah. So as a living man and not a straw man, right? And you go there and you establish that. Yo, this is my straw man. This is me, the living man, the I.
Well, let me explain, my brother. You see, the first hearing in a court, it was the
Yeah.
same day that the charges was laid against myself and the co-accused. You see it, pray.
Okay.
I will go to court the same day. So when we go to court, the judge misassumed myself to be a mister. That is how the declaration come into play, because first thing, Abantu Zulu is not a government name. Abantu Zulu is property of a foreign express trust, and also linked to a trust not within the state boundaries on the federal level we are talking about, registered through the post office. So before that was properly established, you see me? The judge misassumed me to be a mister. And while trying to clarify that, the judge denied me a fair hearing because she never hear what she want to hear, and she never want other people in the courtroom to hear what we have to tell her. So you see, after that, I get detained. That is how I get detained. You hear me, my father?
Yeah, man, my bro. May I hear you clearly?
That
Like,
is how I
clearly.
get detained. So during being detained, I get a date 1 month after for go back a court. So while me get detained, me see some books and did I get somebody for file for a hearing. And the judge refused the hearing, them refuse for accept documents, them refuse the court, not just the judge, refuse every single thing. So we see some books and get a lawyer, we hired a lawyer only to file the documentation. So when the documentation was filed, this is when the whole thing changed up. People start, courtroom start change, everything start change up right now. You see me? So we get an earlier date for an emergency hearing. So at the emergency hearing, they expected that the lawyer would have present the matter, but the lawyer was denied the right to do that because we don't want a lawyer to represent it. So basically, the judge accepted them, done did accept the declaration and thing already, not knowing what it was really entailing. Because one thick piece of document, everybody I wonder what is this about and why it really are dealing. Chris, big up yourself, you know. You see, pray. So the 22nd when we go at the hearing, you know, the judge denied me access at the court, you know. So them not bother to hear nothing from me, you know. They mark my name off of the list because them know say the declaration and the bag of things them have 30 days in order for rebut every single thing in this and this that will take them a year. That are the said document I just highlight to a while ago. You see, pray. And the Island Record Office properly established identity of who the living man and woman are upon the land. It come like the book of life and the book of death within the Bible.
Okay.
You see, pray. So that actually established the identity and them stay some books and give me a bond upon another day. Using the certificate of live birth, not a government issued ID, and the declaration.
Alright, so let me ask a question. Because my gift that I got from my parents is copyrighted, and in order to even speak to me involuntarily, you have to pay me $1 million US before that. You know?
Up top.
Yeah, hear me I say?
Yeah, me I hear my father.
Yeah, so if I come to Jamaica, because I'm coming down there soon. Because I'm
yeah, go Jamaica.
Jamaica, because I mean, I'm
Jamaica.
native to Jamaica.
Jamaica, man. So what kind of documentation you travel with? What kind of documentation you travel with? Because I like it a break up, you know.
1 second, give me a minute, bro. 1 second. I try for you.
Yeah. Am my internet a get problem or what? People, if you not hear me on the drop a one, remote tour, big up yourself on the traffic, father. Am my internet a get problem?
You need to tell him. I say, not tell him from what you. Nah, listen to me.
Remote tour, why pray?
Oh, I go with father. You know, say me there listen to you. Listen to.
Yeah, I'm there upon it, man, my father. So I run some class on the internet. Charge up.
Yeah, man. I go on mute and listen because I'm there ready for jump off and hear it strong, you know.
Today I hear it strong?
Yeah, man.
More life, man, my father. Where you going with today? You want to buy a surprise, though?
Travel. Take all the road.
Yeah.
Not even know where you know.
Ball game, man. If anything, I remember know what I go on is half a year, you see me?
Yeah, my father. Say nothing.
Well, man, my God. Extraordinary like him chip out. I kind of like the reasoning with him, you know. Anyone else who have to chime in the reasoning can send a request said way. You see me, I like the question them. Keep the question them valid. When you go and tap up the screen for we go and share the live. All who have the kind them want to send some gift. You see me? Who have to make sure so the identity get rectified and you can give me a link half of the year. We sure know how to go about whatever we want to go about, or we help on the draft up or we want to draft up, secure every single thing. The warrior did that talk about copyright and trademark and the fee schedule where him apply to anybody who want to use his name or something like that. You see, pray. So I also trademarked and copyright my name, secure up every single thing. So if the system intend to use it, the fee schedule apply. The fee schedule is also an extra that is attached to the same thing. We are talking about the declaration or affidavit of status. A workman is worthy of his hire. That's one thing we are talking about though. A workman is worthy of his hire. Worthy. You are worthy to be praised. What praise mean? You appraised, your value gone up. When you get appraised, your value gone up to the sky. You see, pray. So what we must do, you know, is focus on appraising ourselves, appraising our value, lifting up our value to the sky. Make other people know, say, yo, we actually have worth, we actually have something about ourselves, we actually have things that we are live for, we actually have a value attached to we actually have a network. You see, pray. Your value that determines who you really are. You can't act, you know. You
Yeah.
can't act
No, no,
like you're something that you are not.
true.
Extra.
I
What
don't
go
know
on?
if it better now. I was actually going through some terrain, so I figured the net would have fall down. So yeah, so yeah, you're clear what me I say now?
Yeah, man. You did not talk about copyright.
Yeah, so I'm saying like my gift that my parents give to me, right? The same thing with them call a government name. I put on that couple letters. And in order to speak to me without my consent, you have to pay me $1 million. Just in order to crack into that. Into a through an estate, and I registered that through the Library of Congress
That
of
not sound bad.
American Affairs. Yeah, you may
That
say?
not sound bad, my father. That sound good. I hear you, man. So the same documentation that we use. You hear me? No, say come on network or chip in and a chip out. Chip in and a chip out. I'm not sure what's going on. But people, if
South
you hear me,
Americans.
if you hear me, people, you drop someone. Be me and big up yourself, you know.
Yeah, you may
That
say?
is it. Your internet a chip, my father. So if anything, you jump off of the live and jump on back, you see me?
Yeah, me do that. Real quick.
Yeah, my father. I know me. Alright, that is it, Black Magic Entertainment. So we're gonna talk about public records and private records. The public records you need to rectify is every single thing that is held for you in the public. You need to claim interest. And my brethren I tell the same God the Library Congress over America and him claim interest in him name by copyrighting it. Because of your name, nobody else can use it without your consent. Unless you and them have mutual standing. That means if you use somebody name, them have the right to use back your name, and that is ball game around there. So how you copyright your name? You need to link me up. Get a consultation. You know, so we have every single thing infused within that consultation. You get to properly establish your jurisdiction, properly know where you're about, properly know how you're gonna go about, what you need to go about, properly know how to affirm yourself, affirm your status as living people on the land and get from out of the water because the water consume a lot of people and them now know say water consume them. Them never understand. Them I wonder how me talk about when me say water consume them. It's like you not drown on yourself. How not drown on yourself. Deeper and deeper in a contracts. And what are contracts? Basically agreements. Contracts are agreements, you know. As simple as it seems, contracts are agreements. You agree to being bound to being a citizen of a such and such quote unquote corporation, of a quote unquote landmass that quote unquote exists only in the fictitious realm. Fictitious realm in this world is every single thing within the maritime sea. Commercial sea. Commercial sea is what? Remember I tell you said thy kingdom coming on. And thy will shall be done on earth as you see what go on up in heaven said we. Give us this day our daily bread as we Forgive those that trespass against us. See me, forgive us of our trespasses also. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Guess what is the evil, or guess who is the evil? The evil of them said corporation, you know, my brother. Evil principalities. Evil principalities that rule over mankind. Guess who may attack? You can just type your name in the comment. Evil principalities that wrestle against. Wrestle not against flesh and blood. So when people say war going over Israel, and some people say war going over Iran, some people say, oh, this is excited. America is about to step into what's really going on. America is about to send a missile over Iran. America is about to this. What is really going on with the nuclear bomb that we hear that some people is sitting on over some other side? Nuclear and a normal thing, you know. Brother, that is the main thing in the center stage of everyone distraction right now. Something that only exists on the television. I nah say it nah go on in a real life, you know. But what impact does it play on your life? Some people are going to say because I am the government name, I am identified as the government name, and the government in a business with them over Israel, so it kind of look bad for we down here, so, and blah, 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 blah. Brother, that is only a distraction to your mind. We see all of that on the phone. When the bomb them a drop, none of them no shake up Jamaica. We not feel it down here, so. What we are feel down here, so. What we are feel, the minimum wage can't buy enough food. The bills them, the tax them where them a kill we with, it can't do nothing at all for we. What is the focus on? What go on at Israel? What go on over America? What go on down at China? Let's talk about Chinese society. What's happening down at China? We don't care, brother. Really and truly, we don't care. What go on in my life right now? The system is a fraud. Innocent them charge. You have to serve and protect, so they work no Sarge. Sarge to serve and protect. They work no Sarge. Mounta, youths, you and your friend them send go down a mag. The system is a fraud. Somebody said that, no man, the system is a fraud or what? Is the system fair? Is the system a fraud or is the system fair? They might change the time zone, the timeline again. Be things that take place, and things that happen so fast. Diligent city boss, the system is a fraud. Warriors say them fully fraud up, them fully fraudulent. Can't trust politicians in a parliament. All them do are just pose up every day like ornament. You see me? The system is a fraud. Innocent you charge. Carry the youths pan cell block. Asleep on concrete tougher than a wall. The system provides injustice in the places that justice should be served. And justice should be served. It come like when you go in a shop and you say, service. Sell me something. What justice you get around this? What me I tell you say people need to focus on them, not focus on. Where especially Jamaican people them need to look at, they have no interest or no time looking at that side. But however, I have faith in Jamaica because when people think Jamaica people are asleep, at them time let them wake up. When them think peace and safety is sudden destruction, and so we see Jamaican people go on. When everybody thinks that we are going to lose and goal score, boop, pwah, you see me? Goal. How that? The foreign national them. Danche, big up yourself, you know. Big up your foreign national them with about the place. You see it? Remote tour upon the ground. As a foreign national, it is a capitalist world and nothing go change until the people them realize. The masses them, as I tell you, say, you have 5 people who control 5 million people. You see me? 5 control 5 million, you know. But we just need another 5 for wake up the 5 million. If 5 people can control so much people, what 5 people can do? 5 people can change the world. So nobody watch the bag of people them with the boy. The millions of people or the billions of people were distracted. Don't follow them, brother. Stay in your lane. Do the right thing. You see the world are changing in front of our face right now. What are the changes that are being made? And how will these changes impact your life? You need to start asking some questions. No questions now ask about nothing. It's like nobody no concerned about nothing. Nobody now focus on nothing. As diligent city boss said, them keep the poor. When I say we poor, we are wealthy, my father. We need to discover wealth and go back fit. But them keep we, the ones them within the inner city and the ones them within a certain position, down. So we have to focus on survival instead of focusing on the real issues in a real life. I love how you say that though, my father. I love how you say that. We now focus on the real issues them in a real life. What are the real issues that impact our life in a society nowadays? Most people now see it. Most people will never see it because they are deep in sleep. They are sheeping. Literally sheeping. And you know what is sheeps? Greetings, family.
Afternoon, man.
You want to go on?
Me just listen to you and what you say make a lot of sense to me, you know. Yeah, me just couldn't jam listen to what you say, and that is true with we black people because we don't really focus on to build no. We don't, with the money that we get, we don't take any money and say, okay, we try to unite together and try to build up something great for when the time come back again. We have somebody to fight for us. We only check for survival and materialistic thing that which is seen behind, so that's why we always stay poor. The rich man making the materialistic thing, and we always gonna buy it, and we always stay poor. And we don't help my brother build ladder.
Alright, let's say them on the father. So we actually have the solution them amongst ourselves.
They know what they're doing, man, to keep us down there, man. Because we don't use them head. We checking out to run. It's like they getting the cocoa from you. They buying the cocoa from you, and eventually they gonna make the chocolate and go sell it more expensive for you. And they making more money on your head when you had the chocolate already. You had the cocoa already.
When we could have just manufactured for ourselves if we did united.
Brother man, we tell you, that is a very, very hard road to get black people on track here, I'm telling you. It's a very hard road. Because black people don't come into that understanding easy, man. Because they see how the world going, brother man. You see how the system going outside here. And a lot of black people are catching, they're checking themselves, you know, to try to develop Africa while what's going on in the world nowadays. All of them checking and they say, this is just talking and that we problem in the world here. We problem in the world here, brother man, is we mouth. That is we weapon. All the other big countries and them, they had a nuclear weapon and they had a gun. We weapon is we mouth and that will get us in trouble. We have to learn to unite and put things together before it's too late. Because we will go back in slavery again.
My people will perish for a lack of knowledge. So ones and ones need to wake up and find out what is most important. I agree with you, my brother. We need to make groups unite. You know, everybody can get along, but at least every girl wearing a wig can get along. Every man wear clocks can agree because that grounds or that premise, that common relation on have every man in our clocks can link up and make a clocks grow. And the clocks crew, they're going to stand up and unite with the crew within a Nike. And everybody are going to unite together. Because everybody now going to bungle up one place to accept that, you know. Several brothers have a different mind. But that's just several brother. So we need to find out who we can find common ground with, because some people must can agree with some people. And move forward.
It is true.
We have to stop be so emotional towards man too, you know. You know them way they, so we have to try to have that level of love. When we see another BLK brethren, we just know so we love him. Even if we not like him, just know so if it come to where we have to go fight, we have to fight with our brother. Even though we might have differences. You know what I mean?
That is where the problem just coming with we. That is where the problem just coming with we as black people, man. We have a great problem we have to work on that. And if you don't work on that problem, we're in great trouble, I'm telling you. Real trouble with him.
Because a couple months back, I don't know if Bantu member, but me and him have the same conversation here. And him tell me to stop my mother. And I laugh about it because I don't know my brother that same way. You see me I say?
Yeah.
We're not gonna hold that over him head and say, oh, no. You see me I say? I
Yeah,
just
you,
one
you,
of
you
them
you
things
just
there.
you just let that pass, man. You understand? Because
You see me I say?
sometimes people will say, I look at that in one way, they say action is powerful and what is it, but you see what is that, what is something I don't want to watch chicken in people, you know? Because a man don't hit
Yeah.
you see the words, brother man, the word is very powerful, and I tell you, when I tell you powerful, you have a point.
No, but some of us I say still, we're not carrying a feeling. Our brother that him out them a fight and we can see and hear the frustration. You see me I say? We can see them
Mm-hmm.
thing because if you deal with people, bro, and them not learn it, it frustrates you. You see me
And
I
that's
say?
why we say we can't
It,
force people. We not gonna force
yeah.
people to accept whatever we are doing. But if you can find a way, you can find a way and unite with some other people you can get along with, said way. Because all the
Yeah, cause
people
me
a push a energy towards the road over there and said way. I'm not gonna say I don't see nobody else, but the depth
yeah,
where
me see
people
me
go
see
and
all of the
everybody
people
go the
them.
depth. You see me?
Yeah, me see LA Lewis link me the other day too. And him a push some sovereignty and maroon system and maroon thing still. And I kinda, me see you out there, bro. Me see you not do it. Me not say
Yeah.
you not try, but you not do it. You see me I
LA
say?
Lewis are doing thing, man.
Me say cash off. Cause me say LA Lewis link me, me say Radio Vibe TV link me. And I don't know for some reason the whole of them the whole of the sovereign people them always link me. I don't know why. But we have a couple people who link up and thing like that and we have an
Danche, you
ultimate
know, so
plan
I
with me
never
that
get the
tribe. So.
file. Danche. But my over say, I say, man, my father, if it a give a call, you have to look into certain things that we are talking about. Cause, you know, say every theory is based upon facts. I just we have to evaluate them to know what is truth and what is untruth. And you know, in a revelation time, them say a lot of false prophets shall rise. You see me?
True.
So ones must interpret the word of God when time when you hear it and it sound like the truth. Still validate it. So you know, just hear Zulu attack and do question Zulu. You see it? Question, no
But you
man.
see what we are do what we are do right now, so the Syrian man them and all them man are forward way before us and do the same thing, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Or you think Bush Stewart end up having so much hotel and them thing there? Because you see them people that play chess long time and we just a catch up right now.
Yeah, my
So that are
father.
the reason why when my father Jamaica want open a native superstore. You see me I say? We are deal with native things where all of the local people them we just take all of them thing and just push it out on a commercial level. You see me
Do
I
the
say?
right thing, man, my father, man. You see me, if you are pre whatever you just do, go and do what you have to do. You get a call in for it, you see me?
Because
Mm-hmm.
that's how me I look upon it and I say, well, we need to create a safe space for people them where we can reason, where we don't have no distraction, no phone, none of them things. That we just a reason about things we
But,
can really make changes.
but money had to be in it just the same amount too, because remember people ain't gonna be coming down here every day and listen to you speaking and you have money, you understand? Money had to involve. But you just have
Yeah,
to make sure you don't have no confusion.
so that's what I say. We are buy land and all them things and build up them things. You see me I say that never did for come public until it happened. But behind the surface, a group of people, we are forward together and
Go
try to do
and
something
work
for
when
it.
we have to work when, man, my father. My job right now is just to push out the message so who no know can know.
True,
Right? But they are trying to
true.
focus on it, you see me?
We all have a part to play.
That's
And
the
if we
thing.
not play that part there, it are going to play we. You know what I mean? Eh?
Yeah, man, you have to do what you have to do, man, my father. Believe me.
So tell me a thing. So in a Jamaica which part of there now, if you want to get like a sovereign ID, like one what like where you have to go
Me
for
know
get
they
it.
in Jamaica, you know, my father. I live on the land of Jamaica.
Jamaica, yes.
Yeah. So forget our sovereign ID, you have to make it for yourself. Like you get somebody who can make it and make it. Make them make it.
Okay.
I can interject for a second.
Yeah.
Go ahead, bro. Lad.
I can
Black
interject for a
magic.
second.
Yeah, black magic.
Question to you, Abantu. So a man grew up in the system. Him not know nothing else about the system. Him accumulate a certain level of values in the system. Him have property, him have a little bit of status. Now him come across where you are present. How it work for him? How
Him
him
can
how
just
him now
transfer it.
transition
Him can just
without
transfer it
without
from the public to the private.
right. So him can transfer everything where him have without sacrificing everything where him have.
Exactly, my bro. You hear me? You hear my father?
Who you speaking to?
Now my
It look
brother
like
No?
him.
asked me a
Sorry about
question
that.
a while
It
ago.
look like him get a call. It look like him get
Sorry
a
about
call.
that. Yeah, me just get a call.
Yeah.
Yeah, me that you did hear the question I me ask?
Ask again.
Alright, so me that say a man grew up without any other knowledge where you are present right now. So he is of the system. He doesn't know anything else but the system. And then him come across your information. But this man has now acquired a certain amount within the system. How does he assume your suggestion without sacrificing his possessions?
So you mean how does he approach my suggestion without sacrificing nothing? It's simple,
Yeah,
man. All you have to do is
not
just
just approach, but assume that position. Say, okay, me I go declare my own sovereignty. How does he step into his sovereignty without sacrificing his possessions?
so what you would have to do a transfer in property, my brother. And
Hmm.
that can happen through a bill of sale, which is
Okay,
transferring the property from the public to the private. Cause remember, say in the system that are in the public, you know.
yeah,
So what am I gonna do is set up a private identity where the public don't know about, the system don't know about, and then
hmm,
transfer all them assets to that through the system.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
If you want further detail, book back. If you want further detail about the one day, you can give me a link off of the year said there.
So less man, all is well. All right, cool. Um,
Yeah, my father. So that is it. That is it. With the question them. When the ones have no more questions, so them want to ask me, you can just check in, you know. You can run through it. I'm going on another couple minutes, said we.
I wasn't even paying attention. So everybody just drop off fast. So
I don't know what go on, my father. But him did I ask me how a rich man
yeah,
that transfer him wealth to the private. You have a word of them called liquidate.
well, eventually it say
Liquidation. Mm-hmm.
okay. Well, isn't
Moving off cash
eventually
back.
you tell me that word. I really you have to break down that word for me to understand it.
Liquidation have to deal with liquidity. You transferring funds from one place to another place, or you transferring liquid from one place to another place. And liquidity is the currency whether in a maritime law, the sea that is in the maritime law, now the marine world, water world. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it come like something like
You have to do some research on it, my
okay.
father.
So it come like something like
You have to do some research on it one day.
All right then.
Yeah.
But I will do that, you know. And let me follow you one time because I was scrolling through there and I just hear talking, you know what I'm saying? And where you say you
Respect,
from?
respect. Jamaica. A guy where you
Alright,
come from though?
Nah, I'm from Grenada, man.
Grenada.
Caribbean man.
Pick up yourself, man. Me hear about Grenada, but I never go down there yet, you see me?
Yeah, man. Down there, see down there, man? Not like Jamaica, man. Only for trouble, people go trouble you. But black people are
Yeah.
down here, yeah, white mix up too, but you know, they're a nice place, man.
You see the free, man.
Yeah. You know, they're a nice place. And just now, you having carnival coming up in August just now, so if you want to forward and come through,
I never got a carnival, you know, my brother. I never got a carnival from a barn, you know.
you never go in there? You're not interested in that?
Never been to carnival from a barn.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, if you don't like it, you don't like it. Can everybody like everything?
I don't like nice again, them way there. I
Alright,
don't
my
like
brother, man.
people that run up on me either.
Yeah, well, I understand. I respect that, man.
Mm-hmm.
So what? Is night time by you in Jamaica, no?
Man, daytime, man.
The boy, anything like frog making nice, boy.
Nah, you call that June fly, June bug.
Okay.
In the month or two, them come out.
Well, for me, I don't know what that is. Maybe
I
may
got
have a
old
different
one
name
there,
for it.
man. If they get
Huh?
close by, I'm going to show him.
Where are they in the river?
No, man, my brother, man.
I don't know what that is, bro.
But big up yourself, man, my brother, and give thanks to the fella said we. I'm going to make a close
Yeah,
off
man.
said we. I come like no more questions are there for me, you see me?
Alright, man. Me understand that, man. Guidance, man.
Upness. Any more questions? The twins dad, big up yourself, you know. Give thanks to the follow. Any more questions from my people, them? I make a check out and give thanks to everyone we check in, everyone we tap up the screen, everyone we gift the live, said we. Enough respect and manners. The one goddess, big up yourself, you know. Artist, what go on? You know a new tune. Two man come there and them. You know a new tune for we. Goddess. You know forward for the live cause spit some lyrics so one at a time. You're like a shy as an artist. That me I say. I go like a shy, a big artist. I like them style, you know. Kafari, big up yourself, said you, my father. I make a clock out, said you know. Yeah, think a little more. A little more reconnect the right way. Plug in with the ones and ones. And remember, free not dumb book coming soon. You see me? So the ones them can go and prepare for the one there. Limited edition book and a whole heap of copy we have out there. So make sure so you prepare to get a copy as it drop. You know the something go. But out and about for the time being. You see it. Big up.